Winter, 1940. A Soviet general is staring at a map of the Kala sector. The same grid square. Every day. More casualties. Counter-snipers sent. Artillery called. Nothing worked. The men who went into that forest did not come back. The Finnish army reported one man in the sector. One man. Simo Häyhä was born in 1905 in Rotjärvi, a farming village on the Finnish-Soviet border. His father was a farmer. His childhood was silence, cold, and work. He hunted before he could read a clock. The forest was not a place he visited. It was a place he lived. He learned to read wind, track animals, and hold perfectly still. By 20, he had won multiple shooting competitions across the region. In 1925, he joined the Finnish Civil Guard. He was still a farmer. November 30th, 1939. The Soviet Union invaded Finland. The Red Army had 1 million soldiers. Finland had 300,000. Every military strategist expected Finland to fall within weeks. Stalin told his generals it would be over in 12 days. The Finns had something the Red Army couldn't account for. They knew the land. And in the Kala sector, they had Simo Häyhä. Häyhä was assigned to the 6th Company, 34th Infantry Regiment. Goya sector. He packed his white camouflage suit, his Mosin-Nagant rifle, and extra ammunition. He arrived at the front to find Finnish troops badly outnumbered and under constant pressure. The sector they were defending was dense pine forest.
Minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Waist-deep snow. The Soviets had numbers, artillery, and tanks. The Finns had the trees. Häyhä looked at the forest and understood something the Soviet commanders didn't. This was not a battlefield. This was a hunting ground. He wore white from head to toe. The snow erased him. Other snipers used telescopic sights. Häyhä refused. A scope means raising your head higher. A higher profile means a larger target. He used iron sights. He had practiced with them for 20 years. Before each position, he packed snow tight into his mouth. Breath vapor in cold air is visible from hundreds of meters. Snow in the mouth stops it. He moved before dawn. He chose his position in darkness. Then he waited, sometimes hours, completely still. A hunter does not chase the target. He finds the geometry and lets the target come to him. Day 1, 2 Soviet soldiers dead in the sector. Cause unknown. Day 5. The patrol that entered the eastern tree line did not return. Week 2. Soviet commanders noted unusual sniper activity in the Kala grid. The Finnish command received a report. Confirmed kills climbing. Week 3. Soviet units began refusing to move through open clearings near the tree line. Something in that forest was watching them. Something they couldn't see. By the end of the first month, over 100 confirmed kills. The Soviet commanders pulled out the casualty reports and stared at the numbers. 1 sniper, 1 sector, more dead than entire skirmishes. They gave him a name, the White Death. The first response was logical. Send better snipers. Soviet counter-sniper teams entered the Kala forest with orders to locate and eliminate. They were trained. They were good. They had optical scopes. They went in. They did not come out. The Soviet High Command received the reports and upgraded the threat classification. This was no longer a nuisance. This was a tactical problem. A second team was sent. Better equipment. More men. Same result. The forest gave nothing back. Not tracks. Not shell casings. Not a single sighting. He was there. Every day. Somewhere in those trees. Invisible. If counter-snipers couldn't find him, artillery would remove the problem entirely. Soviet commanders ordered coordinated artillery strikes on the eastern sector. The shells came down. Trees exploded. The snow turned black with dirt and bark. The next morning, 2 more Soviet soldiers dead. He had moved. He was already somewhere else before the first shell landed. Häyhä operated on a simple principle. Never use the same position twice. The forest was full of positions. He had mapped them all in his head. Artillery strikes on a man who isn't there accomplish nothing except noise. The Soviet commanders stared at the maps. The kills kept appearing in different coordinates. They were not fighting a sniper. They were fighting a ghost. The third response was the most serious. Soviet command assembled a dedicated hunter-killer team. Experienced veterans. Multiple snipers. Their only mission: find the White Death. They entered the forest in shifts, covering different approach angles. They set traps, bait positions, decoys. Häyhä saw all of it. A man who grew up tracking animals in this exact terrain recognized every pattern. He simply wasn't where they expected him to be. The hunter-killer team lost 2 of its own men and retreated. By February 1940, the count had passed 300. Finnish soldiers in the trenches talked about him in low voices. Soviet soldiers talked about him in lower voices. No one on either side had ever seen him. Most weren't sure he was real. February becomes March. The temperature drops further. Häyhä is still in the forest. Every day. By early March, 500 confirmed kills. In roughly 100 days. 5 kills per day. Every day.
In -40 degrees.
Alone. Military historians would later call it the highest confirmed sniper kill count in any war. The Soviets had an army. He had a rifle and a forest he understood better than they did. March 6, 1940. Häyhä was in position near the Kala River. A Soviet countersniper fired an explosive bullet. It hit Häyhä in the left cheek. Half his jaw was destroyed. He lost consciousness in the snow. Finnish soldiers found him hours later and carried him out of the forest. He underwent multiple surgeries over the following weeks. Doctors said recovery would take years. He was in a coma for 11 days. On March 13, 1940, Simo Häyhä opened his eyes. It was the same day the Winter War officially ended. He had been promoted to second lieutenant by field commanders, the fastest battlefield promotion in Finnish military history. He never returned to combat. The war was already over. Finland had survived. Against every prediction, against every calculation, the Soviets had achieved some of their territorial goals. But they had not broken the Finns. Simo Häyhä returned to his farm. He hunted. He lived quietly. When journalists asked how he had done it, he said, "Practice." He died in 2002 at the age of 96. He had outlived the Soviet Union by 11 years. The Red Army had 1 million soldiers, artillery, tanks, and aircraft. He had iron sights, a white suit, and snow in his mouth. And for 100 days, that was enough.